morning we have with us Reverend Christy Hancock, who is the minister at Unity Christ Church in Mobile. Christy, come bring us some good news.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am so happy to be able to be here with you this morning. This has always been one of my favorite spiritual places to be able to be. And while I'm not able to be here often, it's always a joy and a treasure to my heart, because ever since I have been involved or been president at Unity of Fairhope, it has always carried this beautiful, sweet spirit about it, this energy of love and peace, and you are all very blessed to have this spiritual community to be your oasis, your renewal spot as you move into your week. So thank you for letting me be part of that with you this morning. Well, we have just come through quite a wonderful season, haven't we? We came through Advent, and we had our spiritual journey through hope and faith, into peace, into love, and right into pure joy as we celebrated that divine birth of the Christ within us. And then we came right from there into the new year, and we got our burning bowl, and we got rid of everything we don't want to carry with us into this new year. We released, we let go, we stopped to think about what we want to be, what we want to do, what we want to carry into this clean white slate that we call this new year. And we are entering not only into a new year, but into a new decade. A lot can change in a decade. We showed my granddaughter a movie just 2 nights ago on the basis of sex, which is the movie about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And in the movie, they show the year 1959 and a lot of what was going on socially and culturally. And then in the movie, it jumps from 1959 to 1970. And it was so interesting to see how very much had changed in that decade. It was also interesting to see how much had not changed in that decade. But one thing we can be certain of, a lot is going to change in this new decade. Nothing is going to remain stagnant. Nothing is going to remain the same. We can bring into this decade a transformational energy. We can help be the ones who set the tone for where we are going to take this next decade. Now, it's been a little startling in a way to come out of our beautiful spiritual journey of Advent and our burning bowl and our vision setting and come into this new year, and already less than a month into the new year, we turn on the news and we have wars and rumors of wars and planes shot down and heartbreaking wildfires everywhere, especially devastating in Australia right now, floods and storms. And how do we keep with us this precious energy of love and hope and peace? How do we bring it through these storms, through these crises that sometimes we are inundated with, to make the kind of change we want to make? Sometimes we just say, what's next, God? Have you ever turned on the news, heard something, and go, ay, what next? Sometimes in your personal life, a challenge comes up, and you're just like, really? Really, God? Really, universe? What's next? Well, we want to learn to ask this question in a way that leads us to the answer. What's next, Spirit? What's next, God? God now and God next. As we learn to focus on this reality, this truth in our lives, to remember all this stuff out here, it is a fact. We do have to deal with it, but facts can be changed. What we have as our foundation is the eternal truth of the unchanging one presence and one power that is God. The unchanging presence of love in our lives, of peace, of joy, of wisdom. To remember that this is who we are in essence. And as we stand on this truth, as we center ourselves in this truth, we can then go forth into the personal challenges we have, into the community challenges we have, into the global challenges, and be an agent for good. How do we do this? Charles Fillmore said, "Follow the light that is flooding into you from God mind." God's power, love, and wisdom are here, right now, for within you is the kingdom of heaven. Follow the light that is flooding into your mind, for God is always outpouring as love, as light, as wholeness, as peace, as guidance, as joy, and as wisdom. So how do we catch hold of this light that is always outpouring? Right now, in these days where we have challenges, when has the world not had challenges? But right now, to practice the things, the practices that connect us to the peace that passes all earthly understanding, has become essential to our physical health and well-being, to our mental health and well-being, to our emotional health and well-being, to our spiritual health and well-being, even to our cultural and societal health and well-being. It is essential that we continue and practice on a daily basis those things that connect us to that place of peace. Peace in spite of what's going on in the world around us. Not based on having everything going right, going okay. I mean, wouldn't that be great if everything was going right and okay? But in this human experience, we have to learn to find that place of peace in here. Because we don't want to wait upon the world to change. We'll be waiting a long time. We want to be the change. We want to bring the change. We want to choose how we are going to co-create with God this new year, this new decade, the life that we choose to lead and enjoy, the life we are building and providing for our children, who will be coming along and taking up the reins sooner than we think. It was Eric Butterworth who said, "Go to God first, and then go to man as God directs." Sometimes we feel a need to get out and do and fix, and I gotta jump in the middle of this and make it better. What can I do? The very first and most important thing you can do is go to God first. To find that place within you that is poised and centered in the Holy Presence. That place within you where nothing can disturb the calm peace of your soul. And as you go there and refill yourself, as you renew yourself, as you follow the light flooding into your mind from God, then you are guided and directed in what is yours to do in this world. Then you are empowered and strengthened to go forth and do what you are guided to do. The world needs many things, but what it needs first and foremost is for us to get centered and to lift our consciousness up to its highest level of Christ expression. To go to God first and then do as God directs. What we find being given as our primary directive over and over and over throughout time, from one spiritual teacher to another, beginning with but we talk a lot about our primary teacher and way shower, Jesus the Christ, who said the first commandment is love. Love God with everything in your being. Love self, love neighbor as self. To love. Every spiritual teacher along the way has talked about the importance of loving. One of our modern, current day teachers who recently passed, Ram Dass, spoke about the primary thing to work on is learning to love. What does it mean to love? I'll tell you, it doesn't mean you have to like a person to love a person. You don't have to like their personality. You don't have to like what they're doing. You don't have to agree with them. But to love means that you make a choice to shine the light of your heart and your radiant consciousness upon that person. It means you make a commitment to be a light in this world, to be an instrument of change, to create the world we want to live in, the world we want our children to live in. To love means to connect yourself with God, to open your heart and to open your mind and be so infilled with love that it can't help but radiate out from you. It's to look upon the person you find the most difficult to love and to say, you are a child of God and I bless you. And we can all find a way to do that. We can all find a way to get past our opinions and judgments and anxieties and condemnations and and to say, child of God, child of God, child of God. I'm a child of God. You're a child of God. And I'm going to shine the light of love upon this person, upon this situation. Martin Luther King, whose birthday we're celebrating right now, said love is the most enduring power on earth. You know why that is? You know why it endures? Because love is God. God is love. And God is the one presence and one power. Everything else can be changed, transformed, healed, lifted up. God, aka love, is the one presence and one power. Therefore, it is the most enduring power. Charles Fillmore said that love is the essence that binds together the whole human family. It is the great harmonizer and healer. If we can connect ourselves with love, there is nothing that cannot be healed, that cannot be transformed, that cannot be lifted up. And where do we start? By practicing the presence, by letting our own consciousness be lifted up so that we can come forth and be that presence of love and light. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, shall lift all up unto me. Then Jesus said something else. He said, this stuff I'm doing, guess what? You can do it too. I just came to show you how. So we know from this that as we allow ourselves to be lifted up, we help lift the human consciousness up as well. We truly become transformational beings walking this earth. There's a passage I would like to share with you written by one of my, there we go. I'm learning to juggle microphones and tablets simultaneously. This is written by one of my favorite authors, Irish mystic John O'Donohue. And he speaks to what we're talking about. He wrote, "The world is not decided by action alone. It is decided more by consciousness and spirit. They are the secret sources of all action and behavior. The spirit of a time is an incredibly subtle, yet hugely powerful force. And it is comprised of the mentality and spirit of all individuals together. Therefore, the way you look at things is not simply a private matter. Your outlook actually and concretely affects what goes on." There it is. It wanted you to think about that a moment. When you give in to helplessness, you collude with despair and add to it. When you take back your power and choose to see the possibilities for healing and transformation, your creativity awakens and flows to become an active force of renewal and encouragement in the world. In this way, even in your own hidden life, you can become a powerful agent of transformation. You actually already are a powerful agent of transformation, but we get to choose what type of transformation we shall bring, who we have come here to be, how we want to show up in the world. So commit and choose each day to stay connected, to follow the practices that you know connect you to that inner divine presence. Because you've got great things to do, great places to go, great things to be, and great blessings to give and receive. Take this precious energy you have right here of love and peace and joy out into a world that awaits what you have to give. Love. You are love, loved and loving. I invite you now to turn within. We're going to go into a little time of prayer and meditation right now. So just let yourself relax into your chair. Take a deep breath. Let your body relax first. Let the muscles begin to just ease out. Let your minds relax as well. You may have thoughts float through. Just let them float on through without attachment. And just breathe deeply, knowing I am poised and centered in the holy presence. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. I am poised and centered in the holy presence. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. I am poised and centered presence. Nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. Breathe this in. So we rest now in that wonderful secret place of the Most High. Letting ourselves connect with the one presence and the one power. And as we rest here, we say, "Here I am, God, here I am. Fill me with an awareness of your holy presence. Guide me, lead me. Let your will always be my will. Here I am, God, here I am. Heal that which needs to be healed in mind, body, or heart. Reveal that which needs to be revealed unto me this moment for my continued awakening and deepened connection with you. I am open, willing, receptive. I say yes to my good. Yes to the holy will for my life. I say yes to the truth of my being. I am God's very own beloved child, and I am an instrument of love, light, peace, and joy on this earth. And I go within now, taking with me the truth. I am loved and loving. I am whole and holy. I am one with the One. And we hear within our being the sweetest, most precious voice imaginable. The Spirit answers us, "Here I am, my beloved child. Here I am." As we prepare to come forth from this time of meditation, we do so knowing we carry with us all the gifts of the Spirit that have been given. We accept the healing, the guidance. We accept that Spirit is ever and always loving us just as we are, just because we are. And so we say, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God." And so your will for our good is made manifest right here and right now, in the name and the consciousness of the living Christ presence. So be it. And amen. I invite you to take a deep breath and return your awareness back to this time and place once more, as I leave you with a blessing written also by John O'Donohue. May you recognize in your life the presence, power, and light of your soul. May you realize that you are never alone, that your soul and its brightness and belonging connects you intimately with the rhythm of the universe. May you have respect for your individuality and difference. May you realize that the shape of your soul is unique, that you have a special destiny here, that behind the facade of your life, there is something beautiful and eternal happening.